I am Dion. Nobody compares to me. No one is better than me. I'm peace. I'm love, perfection. I'm everyone's top priority. Claim it. Hey guys, I want to give you guys an update. I know it's been a few minutes. I'm a master and a student at the same time, as I'll put it. And I want to give a shout out to Hickory and Eric for teaching the law of assumption and the I am awareness the way that they do, with the level of transparency that they do. Draw inspiration from them every day. So I haven't been posting as frequently as those gentlemen because I'm still a student learning and yet claiming to be the master simultaneously. All right, because we're all one. I wanted to share some of my progress and some success stories around certain facets of my life, okay, and serving as encouragement. Because not all of my experiences as of recent have been utter successes, at least not in the reflection of the 3D. So I will like to say that I have been seeing 3D improvement with my finances. That's getting better. I'm still maintaining that I'm a 6 or 7 figure earner. Just recently renewed a license of mine in which that industry is very lucrative. So there's that. Also, there has been movement a little bit in the 3D with, I don't want to use the word secondary SP, but another SP. Not the primary one that I'm mostly interested in, but the secondary SP I've been having movement with. And I also want to share some of my challenges as well in order to have you all observe my journey. I don't want it to just be exclusively instances of me articulating complete successes. I want you guys to also follow the journey of me having a struggle or challenge and then overcoming it subsequently. To kind of lead away for you guys. So, secondary SP, we have a pretty good cordial rapport in the 3D. I know that they are interested in me. As in the 3D, they've asked if I was married or seeing anyone. And mind you, this SP is currently with someone, I believe. Oh, I mean, I say that. There's no 3D. There's no 3D. So there's been that. Primary SP, I haven't spoken with them since April of this year, right? I caught them viewing my page in June. Okay, and before I explain further, I want to articulate that primary SP and I, we do have a history, as per 3D, of leaving each other on red and then following up with each other, right? Which will lead up to the context of what I'm about to explain. So, fast forward to November this month, right? I reach out to SP via their email. Now, normally this might come off as weird, like how did I get their email? Remember, there was a point in time where SP and I were mutuals and connected on social media, and they had their email, from on their page, right? So after not speaking to SP for about 5 or 6 months, I reach out to SP, and I decided to be bolder than usual in the sense of expressing my interest in SP, because leading up to that, we were just mainly platonic or acquaintance. From my perspective, we were friends. I believe we were friends. So I talked to, I emailed SP, more bolder, because before I was more kind of passive, like gentleman-like, whereas this time I was more so, hey, let's go on a date. I find you attractive. I believe you feel the same. They respond, right? They respond. Hey, I'm not interested at all. Don't ever text me again. Makes me feel uncomfortable and creepy. To which I reply, absolutely, promise, last response. In the 3D. Understood. Last point. I say, word of advice though, don't flirt with people that you're not interested in and then gaslight them when they're interested in you. And then I say, I would have appreciated that response months ago so that I wouldn't have came off as a creep. In other words, explaining, had I known this is how you felt back then, I wouldn't have assumed and wondered. Because again, throughout our friendship, we had a history of leaving each other on red and then following up with each other. So for that reason, primarily, I assumed, okay, law of assumption, I assumed we were still at least cordial to where we can reach out to each other sporadically in that regards, given the history again. Had this been any other woman or situation where there was no established history of that individual and I just leaving each other on Reddit and just following up whenever, I absolutely would have assumed that they weren't interested by their prior lack of responses. So I say that to say, okay, that's one of the examples of me not attracting the relationship I want with this particular individual, right, in the 3D yet. However, I still want to share the journey because now I'm going to get into what my next steps are. And just like Eric and others have said, it's all right to experience the emotion, right? It's all right to feel whatever emotion, frustration, anger that, that person's not coming to you in the 3D. But don't let it change your identity. Don't let it change the identity that you have that person. That you're the person that has that person. That you're in a loving relationship with them. Okay. So now I say this to say, what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to honor SP's request into 3D, right? And I'm going to go within. I'm going to continue to envision us having a great relationship with each other internally, while also simultaneously evaluating to see if there's any limiting beliefs that I have towards them and I being in a relationship, right? I'm particularly interested now more because, right, you have other facets of my life coming to fruition into 3D. But not this area. But again, I'm going to be in the awareness that we have a relationship together and it's wonderful. But just momentarily focusing on the 3D, other things that I've entered the awareness of have reflected quicker than my relationship with SP, right? So the biggest thing for anyone in a similar situation, ask yourself, do you have any limiting beliefs towards being in a relationship with that person? Any uncertainties, any doubts? I'm confident I don't have any doubts. I've been confidently in the awareness that this individual and I have a loving relationship. It's just now I just need to evaluate, is there any deeper rooted beliefs that I have about that individual and myself that's preventing the 3D from reflecting it. Either way, at the very least, I'm going to maintain the awareness that this individual and I are together. Which leads to another thing, revising. Going within and revising that situation, like the power of I am says. So I no longer see that email as what it says in the 3D. I see that email as completely different. Hey, Deanna, I'm just as attracted to you as you are to me. I want to see us together. I can't wait to see you. And then to add further elaboration as to why they've been slow to communicate, you can either add a reason behind it or just revise that too. So the reasoning, let's say, hey, I just been so busy, I've been thinking about you, I never been with anyone like you, so it's been bothering me to accept the fact that I like you. Or just revise it to where, or I'm just going to revise it where they haven't been ignoring me. They've been communicating with me. They've made it abundantly clear that they're interested in me. And just being in that awareness and holding that focus. Okay. Now, even though this 3D circumstance isn't ideal, I embrace it because now it's definitely blatantly at the point where when it does happen, it will be truly a reflection of being in one's awareness. Peace, love, perfection. Everyone's top priority. No one's better than me. No one compares to me. Okay? Awareness. What are you aware of? What are you aware of?